He said he wouldn't do them anymore, but then lying Stephen Colbert. No talent guy, broke his promise to himself, really. How does he look himself in the mirror at night? Sad.
Is only looking at Trump, yet Joe Biden took massive amounts more documents. I think, I'm always thinking. Do you ever do that? You're sweating and you're thinking and you're trying to figure out.
From coherent businessman to rambling ex-president in just 25 years, Stephen Colbert is taking us on a journey through time to witness the great Trump brain melt of the 21st century. Spoiler alert, it's not pretty, folks. Trump's latest remarks have become a goldmine of hilarious material, and not only because of his hair. Ever wonder what happens to a politician's head when it begins to resemble a Mad Libs board? It may be found in Trump's most recent comments. Consider this, his rallies now go longer than a couple full-length movies. Yes, it is correct. Trump's speeches have gotten longer and longer on average, from 45 minutes in 2016 to an incredible 82 minutes in 2017.
With scandals over the past few years, including Clarence Thomas's wife promoting the coup on January 6th, and Clarence Thomas himself.
So what if he wants to grab pussy? I want to grab pussy. I wish I could grab as much pussy as he is.
Time has gone by since the release of Toy Story and Finding Nemo. But unlike those Pixar masterpieces, Trump's plot is as unclear as a squirrel high on Red Bull. Remember when Trump claimed to have performed well on a mental test? His winning performance on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was betrayed by his manner. The test's lack of difficulty is its weakest feature. Instead, it appears more like, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Minus the 5th grader. Trump used the phrase person, woman, man, camera, TV to boast about how beautifully he laced his shoes. Cheers, Donnie. You've really got the principles of being a self-sufficient adult down. But how about we take a brief journey down memory lane? Imagine a conversation between the Trump of 25 years ago and the Trump of today. Could they distinguish one another? It seems like you're seeing the slow disintegration of a once cohesive person into a string of meaningless utterances. Trump used to be able to form a logical thought when he was younger and not come across as intellectually confused.
Send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Eli, just take over.
Wow.
And I called the maitre d'. Hi, I'm a little embarrassed. Hi, this is Donald Trump. I recognize your voice. So would you do me a favor?
Now, it appears that he is more preoccupied with playing 52 pickup with the dictionary. Trump's latest speeches would be better described as creative. Instead of talking about policy, he now focuses on making up stories about Democrats killing babies after they are born and Haitians devouring dogs. He seems to be writing the silliest children's book ever, The Cat in the MAGA Hat.
Shocking, Trump is not talking? What happened? Did he write himself a check for $130,000?
She's a world-class liar. Just look at her pathetic email server statement.
But here's where the really weird stuff starts. Trump's fans are even using this new vocabulary, like they had all of a sudden been part of this weird book club whose only choice was The Art of the Nonsensical Deal. They just nod along to his rants, which to them sound like freeform jazz. I am aware that my cereal is actually concealing a deep state. Finally, I get it. You may be confident that this language extravaganza is far from over. Would you trust me if I told you that only one person has figured out the meaning of the hidden language known as Trumpish? Stephen Colbert is on hand to sort through the confusion with the help of his trusty decoder ring. Everyone, Colbert has been incredibly busy. He is not only teaching us how to speak in a Trumpish way, but he is also entertaining us.
I believe in our constitutional government. I believe in the separation of powers. And I wish the Supreme Court felt the same way.
Those people in North Carolina, those are incredible people. Those are incredible patriots. You want freedom, take pride in your country.
Take learning kafef and bigly as an analogy for learning a new language, instead of hola and bonjour. And trust me when I say that the journey is exciting. Remember when Trump brought up the subject of pet consumption among Haitians? Or worse, are Democrats killing babies? Colbert is there, examining it like a bilingual Sherlock Holmes. He's turning Trump's disarray of words into amusing short sketches. It's like he has a Trump to English dictionary, and we're all invited to the translation party. But the worst thing is that Trump's supporters.
Today was Trump's chance to wake up, snort a line of gas station energy powder, and get on that stand to prove that this is all a big Joe Biden witch hunt.
If he says it, then I'll go with it. And if he wants to be a dictator, then so be it.
Their grasp of what constitutes Trumpish language is expanding faster than the concept of fake news. Like they had all of a sudden been part of this weird book club whose only choice was the art of the nonsensical deal. They just nod along to his rants, which to them sound like freeform jazz. I am aware that my cereal is actually concealing a deep state. Finally, I get it. Colbert isn't just making light of it, in fact. It is he who is teaching us something very important. He's training us to tell the difference between pure political propaganda and total nonsensical drivel. He's essentially teaching us BS identification.
Clarence Thomas himself accepting luxury vacations from the guy who owns Hitler's napkin.
The American dream is dead.
Which is something we could all use right now. Okay, what then is the big deal? Think about what would happen if your doctor started speaking in a Trumpian manner. Your test findings are astounding. There are a few exciting items under development. Would you not run away in fear? Why do we look the other way when it comes to the leaders of our country? More is being accomplished by Colbert's jokes than we could have ever anticipated. It's calling attention to the discourse surrounding politics. Trump's long-winded remarks are routinely condensed by media sources into brief synopses. Was Colbert not a part of this? He's showing us how crazy it is by being honest with us.
And when it comes to January 6th cases argued before the court, Alito has been highly sympathetic.
As you know, I've come here from New York, where I'm being forced to endure a Biden show trial, all done by Biden.
While the media is airing the PG version of Trump's remarks, Colbert is playing the unrated director's cut. And trust me when I say that it isn't simple. Here's something to consider after laughing at Trump's word salad. Why is it that when Biden uses a or he gets roasted, but nothing happens when Trump has a full-blown language meltdown? Typing a typo is not that different from writing an entire essay using emojis. We need to talk about the orange elephant, or should I say the elephant in the room.
Cohen's testimony seems to prove that Trump was directly involved in paying off Stormy Daniels.
When the last guy was here, you were shipping jobs to China. Now we're bringing jobs home from China.
While we giggle at his linguistic gymnastics, Trump is juggling some very serious things behind the scenes. His former friends are spilling the truth, and it's not pretty. According to his erstwhile advisors, Trump has lost a step. It would be like to hearing from the captain of your own squad that you can no longer kick the ball with accuracy. People, it's embarrassing. It's a warning sign when people who used to nod in agreement with every kafef and bigly start to raise an eyebrow.
Cohen told the court that after first resisting, Trump eventually ordered him to pay Daniels $130,000, telling him, just do it.
You're fine with Trump as king?
Yes.
Trump as king is good.
Yep.
And that's about as American as you can get.
Yes, it is.
King Trump.
But here's where the really weird stuff starts. Regarding brain farts, it seems that the media has a double standard. As Biden stumbles over a phrase, the news breaks. Trump launches into a 10-minute tirade about windmill cancer on just another Tuesday, as if the media were using Biden's stumbles as props for a game of Where's Waldo, while utterly ignoring the fact that Trump sounds like a drunk baby when he speaks. Trump boasted about passing the intelligence test, and I assumed you would forget about it. Remember when they asked him to identify an elephant?
Today, testimony ended in the first ever criminal trial of a former president of the United States. Now, it may not have been the Trump trial we all wanted.
Had a fling with Stormy Daniels.
And paid her $130,000.
Hush money, yes.
And you're voting for him.
I am.
It seems you need more than simply the skill to aim at large animals to be a country's ruler. Who would have guessed? Nonetheless, the reason this matters is still a mystery. Imagine your Uber driver talking about things like phantom planes and airports from the revolution at random. Considering the situation, wouldn't it be preferable to get out of the car? Imagine the following scenario. The driver is in possession of nuclear codes.
At least he farted. They can never take that away from us.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
It suddenly lost all of its humor. Trump's word scramble is entertaining, but it also has severe consequences. Seeing the leader of the free world struggle to create coherent words is both embarrassing and perhaps dangerous. It's like trying to play chess with someone who calls every piece horsey. Moreover, this is about more than just Trump. It raises the issue of choosing leaders. Is there really no end to this person who acts like they're blindfolded when playing Scrabble? Perhaps it's time to start holding people who aspire to be our country's leaders to higher standards. Colbert's humor has an effect that goes beyond simple entertainment. It's encouraging introspection. We are beginning to question. It is grabbing our attention above all else. Maybe during the presidential election, we should look for a president who is capable of more than just reciting the words person, woman, man, camera, TV.